Hi boys and girls, today we're going to move on to our first lesson of chapter 11. We're going to be talking about graphs in this chapter. So for lesson 1, we're going to talk today about making picture graphs with scales, and by the end of the lesson you should be able to make a picture graph with scales to show data, present data, and you should be able to read and interpret picture graphs with scales. So let's jump down to where it says learn. It says make a picture graph with scales. So it says Adriana buys 4 types of fruit. She uses a picture graph to show the number of each type of fruit she has bought. So here we have the title, which is, it's going to be talking about the type of fruit. And I have my 4 types: strawberry, pear, apple, and banana. And it's really important that you notice the key. So if I look at the key, in this case, it says that each circle stands for 1 piece of fruit. But it's important because sometimes that key will change. So it says each circle is for 1 piece of fruit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strawberries, 2, 4, 6, 8 pears, 1, 2, 3, 4 apples, and 1, 2 bananas. This is if each green circle stands for 1 fruit. Now, like I said yesterday, sometimes the key might change, and instead of each shape representing 1, it will represent more. So it says Adriana draws the picture graph. Now she uses 1 green circle for 2 pieces of fruit. And notice it says the key is that each circle stands for 2 pieces of fruit. So we have less circles on this graph than this graph because each circle represents more. So if we count by 2s now, the key will tell you what to count by. We have 2, 4, 6, just like it was here. So 3 is half of 6. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 is here. 2, 4 apples, and 2 bananas. So this data is the same as this data, but the key has changed. So there are 3 green circles for strawberries. So if we want to do strawberries, we would do 3 circles times 2, the key, and get 6 strawberries. There is 1 more circle for pears than strawberries. So we have one more pear times 2. So this is just showing you different ways to collect data. If I wanted to do joining things together, I could say if I want to join, let's say, strawberries and pears together, I would count how many circles I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like it says here, but the key is 2. Each circle is 2, so I'd do 7 times 2, which equals 14. So if I were to be counting strawberries and pears together, I would say there are 14 strawberries and pears all together. If I am told that Adriana buys 4 pieces of fruit, and I need to figure out which fruit she's talking about, I could do 4 divided by 2 because there are 2 circles. Each circle represents 2, and so if I do 4 divided by 2 equals 2, then I'll see that apples has 2 circles. Let's go on to our next page. Alright, so this picture graph shows the number of bookmarks 5 children have. So our 5, this is going to show the number of bookmarks. Notice the title. It's going to show my children are Alex, Orion, Fatima, Ryan, and Kalani. And really important, you got to look at that key. You need to make sure you read that you read the graph. My key says that each one of those symbols stands for 3 bookmarks. So I wouldn't be counting by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wouldn't be counting by 2, 4, 6, 8. I would be counting by 3s. So how many bookmarks does Alex have? Well, if I go to Alex, I'm going to be counting by 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. So there are 9 of these symbols, these bookmarks. 9, the key is 3, so I do 9 times 3 equals 27. So Alex is 27 bookmarks. How many bookmarks does Orion have? Well, if I go to Orion, there's 2 bookmarks, and each bookmark stands for 3. So 3, 6, 2 times 2 bookmarks times the key is 3. So Orion has 6 bookmarks. How many bookmarks does Kalani have? If I go to Kalani, I have 1, 2, 3 bookmarks, like it says here, and the key is 3. So I would do 3 times 3, which equals 9. Kalani has 9 bookmarks. How many more bookmarks does Ryan have than Fatima? When I see the key word here, let's see, how many more? That's going to tell me that I'm going to subtract. I'm going to try to move this up. So how many more bookmarks does Ryan have than Fatima? I'm going to be able to subtract. So give me one. So it shows it a different way, but I'm going to show you how another way you can do it. So how many more bookmarks does Ryan have than Fatima? So if I go to Ryan, I have 3, 6. So Ryan has 6 bookmarks. So 6, and that stands for Ryan. That's supposed to be an R. And then Fatima has 3. So 6 minus 3, that's Fatima. And then I get 6 minus 3 is 3. So Ryan has 3 more bookmarks than Fatima. Kalani has 6 bookmarks from Mrs. Jones. The rest are from Mr. Cruz. How many of Kalani's bookmarks are from Mr. Cruz? So if I see Kalani, well, Kalani has 9 bookmarks. So of those 9, 6 of them are from Mrs. Jones. So 9 is what she has. If I take away how much Mrs. Jones gave her, 9 minus 6 is 3. So it says the rest are from Mr. Cruz. So that means the rest that she has left over is from Mr. Cruz. So Mr. Cruz gave her 3. All right, let's go to our next page. Okay. Mr. Nugent has a farm. He counts each type of animal on his farm. So he records the numbers of the types of animals. So if we look on this page, it says number 3, Mr. Nugent has a farm. He counts each type of animal on his farm. So if we look at chickens, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he records the number. 10 turkeys, 1, 2 turkeys. Ducks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sheep, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And horse, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so if we look at this, it says Mr. Nugent draws a picture graph of his data. So he gives his graph a little title for a heart to stand for 2 animals. He has 5 types of animals. So we have the title, The Animals of Mr. Nugent's Farm, and we have our 5 types here, chicken, turkey, duck, sheep, and horse. So I'm actually going to go back to the picture. Okay, if I go back to the picture, I'm going to look here. So it says that he had 10 chickens. So if each heart stands for 2, I'm not going to put 10 hearts. I'm going to think, well, 2 times what number will get me 10, which is 5. So here it says each heart stands for 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which is the same thing here. Turkeys, there are 2 turkeys, so then I only need 1 heart. Ducks, there are 12, so I'll need 6 hearts. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Sheep is 6, so I need 2, 4, 6, 3 hearts. And horse, I need 2, 2, 4. So it says, hold on. So let's practice here. So it says, try making a picture graph with scales. The picture graph shows the favorite sports of a group of children. So the title is Favorite Sports. I have soccer, softball, basketball, baseball, and tennis. And each star stands for 5 children. So when I'm counting these stars, it's not 2 people like soccer. It's 5, 10. counting by fives, 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 5, 5, 10. So it says, how many children like basketball? There are blank stars for basketball. So let's see how many stars. It's saying how many stars. It's not saying how many children in this question. So let's go to basketball. It says 5. It says how many stars. So 1, 2, 3. There are 3 stars for basketball. So my multiplication sentence would be the number of stars times how much each star stands for, which is 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. So how many children like basketball? 15. How many children like softball and soccer in all? So notice I have to add together 2 different things. Ooh, that was bad. I have to add 2 different sports. So let's look at softball. So there are how many stars for softball and soccer? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 stars for softball. So we have 5, and each star represents 5, so it would be 5 times 5, which equals 25. So there are 25 students like soccer and softball in all. How many more children like tennis than baseball? So your keyword here is how many more, and that's going to tell you to subtract. So for tennis, I have, well, let's see, there are how many more stars for tennis than baseball? Well, tennis has 2 and baseball has 1, so there's 1 more star for baseball. I'm sorry, for tennis than baseball. So we're going to do 1 star, and each star represents 5, so 1 times 5 is 5. So 5 more children like tennis than baseball. Or what we could have done instead was we could have also counted tennis, and we could have subtracted tennis from baseball. And when we do that, it would be 10 minus 5. Because each star represents. So we have 10, 5, 10, minus 5. And we still would have gotten 5. Alright, so let's look at this next graph. So the picture graph shows the types of animals a pet shop has. So it says animals of a pet shop. So birds, lizards, fish, hamster, rabbit, and turtle. And the key, remember that's super important, the key says each of these triangles stands for 4 animals. So when we count these, it's not going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birds. It's going to be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So I actually answered the first question. So the pet shop has 24 birds. The pet shop has how many lizards? 4, 8, 12. Remember, you have to count by how much the key is telling you to count by. And let's go to the last page. The pet shop has 20 what? So I need to think back. How many does the pet shop have? So actually, I'm going to move this so I can see it on my other slide. Here we go. So the pet shop has 20 of what? So let's see. Well, this one it can't be because this was 24. 4, 8, 12, not lizards. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And we'll notice it's really 5 times 4, which is 20. So it has 20 fish. There are blank rabbits and turtles in all. So I need to think of how many turtles and how many rabbits they have in all. So we have 4. So and all it means to add. So I'm going to add my rabbits and I'm going to add my turtles. So rabbits are 4, 8, 12, 16. So 16 plus turtles, 4, 8, 12. So when I do that, 16 plus 12 equals 28. The pet shop has blank more birds than hamsters. So remember, more in this case will mean to subtract. So I'm going to subtract birds from hamsters. So birds, they have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So 24 minus hamsters, which is just 4. 24 minus 4 is 20. All right, so that's our lesson for today. So you should have been able to figure out how to make picture graphs with scales, and the scale is talking about the key, and how to interpret and read graphs with scales. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign you an assignment on hmh.com. I will show you how to log on to that. Let me sign out of my account. So if this is your first time going on HMH, what you're going to do is it's going to look like this page. You're going to go to Independent School, and then you're going to type in New Jersey. And under Independent School, if you start typing in New Horizons, it'll come up when you hit next. And then I send everyone passwords. You're going to type in your username and your passwords there in order to help you access signing in. And once you sign in, it'll be on the top of your assignment page. It'll say assignments, and if you click on that, your assignments will come up. So I'll sign into mine, and I'll show you what it looks like. It'll look a little bit different because this is the teacher's version. But when you sign in, you're going to go to this top where it says assignments, and that's where the assignments will come up. So this was the assignment from yesterday, so I have 2 completed, and the assignment for today, you'll be working on this one.